Okay, it is apparent that I had to move this desk. Well, I didn't, somebody else did. But I changed a bad sprinkler head because it was rusted. But the reason it was rusted is, you see that pipe? Let me turn on the flashlight here. Yeah, that drop was leaking at one time and now it's not. So yeah, so I changed the head. Might as well show you that while I got you. Nasty. You see how that head was all rusted up? You see it, you see it. Nasty fingers, nasty head. And I'm not even talking about the fire sprinkler head. Get it right. Well, howdy ho, good neighbor. Today, I'm doing corrections on somebody else's inspection. That's right. When somebody else inspected it, well, they picked this job apart and they nitpicked. They said, hey, these heads outside are corroded. So they did a big list of stuff that was wrong with this building. Well, the owner, they got rid of that fire sprinkler company and they hired us to do the corrections. So that's the quote, or I don't know how to say this, that's the deal. You can have somebody do your inspections and do the corrections, the same company, but if you don't like that company that did your inspections, you can pick somebody else to do your corrections. So let me show you what I'm doing here today. So that company actually called them on all these outside heads that the date was too old. If you can see, well, there's no way to get a lift back here. And those heads are less than 20 years old. So they told them to get those heads tested, but they're less than 20 years old. So you don't need to test those heads if they're less than 20 years old. So there's one little red flag. And then here's the second one. He's having me change all these heads. Let me turn on the flashlight for you. Yeah, you see that head? Does that look corroded to you? It looks painted. It's a 212 head, so it's supposed to be. But yeah, I guess you can call that corroded. All right, so I got to change these 4 heads, and all this water is trapped. Usually I like to see a valve on the end of this, but there is no valve, so I'm going to undo that head right there with that bucket and have all that water go right into my barrel. So let's set you up and you can watch me change that head. How about that? Okay, be patient. Let me set you up right about there. That look about right? All right, well, now we're gonna pull this and we're gonna get a little water here. I can already feel it coming out. I've already loosened the head. So let's see what happens. I got my panic valve in case I need to stick that in, but I should be okay. Can you see me? Yeah, you can see me. All right, here we go. Quit messing around. All right. What do you think about that? That's a pretty good trick, huh? Put your bucket over it. If I didn't do that, this would all be black. So he said that these heads were corroded. Does that look corroded to you? I don't know. We're going to change them anyway, so. So now, I got my new 212 brass upright. I'd like to have poly coated heads, but this will be fine. Oh, this is just for Pete's sake. You know Pete? Well, I'll do that just for Pete. There you go, Pete. Pete's sake. Now I'll take this. Get that started in there. And now that I drain this bottom one, well, the rest of them should all be dry. So there's your new sprinkler head. Don't need to be too tight, just tight enough to hold water. Okay. Well, there you go. One new. I always like to wipe that little drip off, just so I don't see that later. One new 212 upright. You see it. You see that green bulb? That means 212. Red is 155. All right. That's what's probably in your hotel room. All right. Let's say, if you want to watch the rest of this video, well, join along with me. I'll put the camera up over there and you can watch me and listen to some music. But for this one, it's in the bag, as the carpetbagger would say. As always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these head change out adventures that somebody else tagged. All right, you know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. I said bye. Yeah, they're working over there. A lot of empty buildings around here in San Jose. The tech crash. All right, let's set this camera up right around here and get to work. I said bye. You like that trick? Question mark. Well, there you go. A little time lapse and a little head change out. But here, I got the water on. I got the alarm panel reset. That's what a brand new head looks like. Isn't that pretty? Oh yeah. So I'm gonna show you that. Let me get you a good light on that one. There you see it. So I changed out these four out here. And now I'm gonna clip you back in. I'm gonna hold you like this, and hopefully we'll go see the outside work. Just kind of breeze right on through here. So turn the camera down so I don't get any faces. Some people are eating lunch here. I hope that's not a fire sprinkler. could be. Okay, let's go look at our outside work. It's kind of loud back here. All right. So I told you, that scares me every time that goes off. That scares me. So there's those heads. Let me unclip you. There you go. 4 heads out here. I guess they were all kind of easy to get to. This one was a little, oh, my trash can, don't forget that. Good thing I walked over here. I wouldn't have forgot it, but I did kind of forget it. My barrel, I didn't forget about you, old buddy, and my sock. All right, there you go. 4 outside heads. And the camera's always watching you. I camera you, you camera me. You always gotta try to find a spot where the camera can't see you. Like right about here. Well, there you go. I know, I didn't forget about you. Don't run away from me. I'm sorry. All right, no trash needs to be a little bit brighter. It's starting to fade on me. All right, well, I sweated it up here today. Now all there is to do now is the correction report. I've made the corrections, and now I got to do the paperwork. And that's always fun. Not. All right, as always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these head change out, somebody else's corrections. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. I said bye. You guys just want to hang around and watch? Damn, that thing scares me. Get out of here. That's what it's saying. Postscript. Okay, so I'm putting my tools away, and here's the heads I changed out. And yeah, you can see that they nitpicked on some things, but some things they didn't. This is corroded. You can see it's green. When they get that green color, and even that paint on there, yeah, you could call these bad. These are just loaded. These could have been cleaned up, I bet. I don't know. But there you go. This one was above that guy's desk, but the pipe was, the drop was dripping at one time, and it rusted itself shut, so that shouldn't be a problem anymore. All right, postscript over. As always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these postscript adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that. If you just bye-bye, everybody. I said bye.